Hi there, Joke here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, finally with some new projects, with some new products that are now available in the shop. I hope you will like them. So in this first video, I'm going to create quite a few projects. This one is an older die called Flower Girls, and I now created an add-on set for this one. That's the Flower Girls Christmas add-on. But you do need the main set for this, for the face and body. Unless you want to create the face yourself, then of course, by all means do that. Now, I work like, on a line in a factory. I die cut everything with all the products that will be in the new release, and then put together what I can, and later on when everything is die cut, then I start working on the projects. This is why you see me have all these little die cuts in these handy little spa binders boxes, but I hope I will be able to still show you some ideas or explain, but if something is not understandable, of course, you can leave a comment or you can just contact me. It's all good. Now, I did not, God, I also forgot to speak English, I think, in the meantime. Anyway, so I did not, because I'm covering the eyes and the eyebrows with the sunglasses, I did not bother with the eyes. Otherwise, I would normally just use black cardstock for those or those small pieces. And what is important, or at least I would suggest that this is the way you layer up the girl. So first the back side of the pullover, then the face, then the turtleneck, the front side, so that you have a little bit of the inside of the turtleneck, and the neck or the face is inside that turtleneck like it should be. I did not want to create extra pieces of dies, like tiny small dies for the back pieces. So I think this is a good solution for that. Then you have a few little flowers that you can put in her hair, and a bunch of leaves, or of course I will show you some examples where I create the hair from the little accessories. Now, this is a new cover plate. It's a 5 by 7 inch cover plate, and the way I go about this, I show it in some of my videos. I create these panels normally in 8-2 size and 5 by 7 inch size with double-sided adhesive, and then I die cut a base like what you see here at the bottom. And the way I do this, I keep the sandwich, the two cutting plates together with my hands while it's being die cut, and when I pull it out, I flip it over so that the die is on the bottom, and then the die cut pieces are inside there, and then I place the double-sided adhesive on it. I like to do this because, of course, you could have just put this on a on a smooth cardstock, but I love to do that, especially when I am adding, I'm creating a pattern from color cardstock. It gives me an idea where to glue everything down, and then it's always going to be perfect. In the meantime, I realized that I moved on to something else. But now this one, I could not do it with the double-sided tape, of course, because it's not, this is another cover plate. It's 8-2 size called Chunky Knit, because this does not have straight lines on the two sides. So I simply die cut 3 layers and layer them up, and then I glue them on top of the card front, And this is just to create a little bit of texture. I love white on white texture, so I will use this a lot. But of course, I also love inlaying, onlaying. It relaxes me, so I will create some more colorful, fun look as well. But in those cases, I don't like to cover up the beautiful background, so I just add normally some kind of sentiment. So here I actually had this girl. I did not want to create a colorful background as well, so that she stands out. And this one is just easy. I just added some pieces of flowers to her hair, and really it's very simple. I'm also going to use this new sentiment set called Merry Little Christmas, but I'm only going to be using the Merry Christmas part. And for this, I will turn around the big cover plate. I think I didn't mention it's called Christmas Stars background. It's a bit odd, maybe because the little hearts are now on their side, but I thought maybe because it's just one single color, maybe it's not too noticeable. But I wanted to do this because I wanted to add the Merry Christmas sentiment, and it wouldn't fit if I do the portrait orientation. So again, here I even add less flowers than I did before. And of course, you can create as realistic girls as you want. I just used green hair, here dark, on the previous one light green, because it fit with my Christmas colors, I think. Now, these letters are kind of like funky. They are not the same size. You can arrange them as however you want to. On some cards, I will arrange them exactly like they are on the die, because I like that. I like the arrangement on it. But here I just try to do something else. And of course, because there are 3 different R's, you can also play with that, or other letters as well. I kind of didn't want it to be so straight, but in the end, I think I don't quite like the way I arrange those letters, but okay, I mean, it happens sometimes. Now, these sentiment strips, the Happy Holidays, and I don't know if I use Happy New Year in this one, both of those come from an earlier set called Happy Everything, because I didn't create a new Christmas die set now, so, or like a small sentiment set I didn't create, so I just used previous one. But I'm sure you have some stamps or something already in your stash that you can use. Now, I also have 3 different little boxes, presents with bows in this set, and you can see that I double die cut everything. So I have a color paper layer and then a heavyweight white cardstock base, so that I have some dimension and it's sturdy. I don't want to worry about everything, like that getting damaged in the mail. Of course, it can happen that it does get damaged this way as well. I don't know. I normally just give these cards in person, or I add them to bubble mailers where I send some other things as well. So I never really sent these cards in just a single or simple envelope, so I don't know how they would fare. But I think even then I would add some cardstock or like carton to protect the front at least. So I die cut a lot of these presents. I already put them together, and then there is a teeny tiny ornament also. in the set. I was thinking to use these as earrings, or like these dangling earrings, but I think they were a bit too big for that. So I'm just going to use a few of these, and as you can see, there's a little bow that you can add on top, or maybe you can use just some thread to add a different texture as well. So I'm creating her hair from the gift boxes, and also I will add some of the ornaments as well. No rhyme or reason here, but I try to mix the colors and the sizes so that it looks a bit more organic. And also you see that I'm using different glues, so like double-sided like foam tape, and also some liquid glue, just so that not everything is the same height, and again it looks more dimensional and I want to say realistic, but obviously this is not, I mean, it's a card, it's not realistic. And then of course you can create as big a hair as you like. I didn't really make it so huge, but I think I had some more gift boxes left here that I used on something else or a next card. Just create a shape that you are happy with, and then start gluing everything down. This is one of my favorite Christmas color combination, the one that has a sort of lime green in it. And I started die cutting, and I already die cut so many with so many of the new dyes, and then I realized that maybe I should not create all my cards in the same color combination. So you will still see a lot in these red, pink, green, lime green sort of colors. I hope you don't mind. Obviously you can use whatever colors you like. Now this one will be, I actually thought that maybe I can create a more like a monochromatic type thing, just using reds and pinks, but then I decided against it. It would have looked nice though, I think, right? But then I didn't want to throw away the gift boxes that I already created, so, and the flower, like the leaves, so I just added everything. This is like the remainder card, or scrap card, that I used with the rest. And nothing special on this as well, just using foam tape every now and then to create dimension. Oh, and on this one, on this girl, I used the sunglasses from the original set. So these heart-shaped glasses. In the new set, there is like a bigger pair. I'm obsessed with sunglasses, so I actually should have added maybe more. So that's why I needed that, and red lips, of course. I do not remember what I used for sentiment on this one, although, yeah, now I know. I think that's going to be again another sentiment set that's new. And of course, all of these sets, you could also just use the letters to create new words. If you're creative, I think, well, I didn't really think about it that much, but with the one that I'm gonna use on this one, that's the Holly Jolly Christmas set. I did use that set for joy on some other cards, so maybe there's just, you get more out of that set. I created, or a new sentiment from like parts of it, like the Christmas I used with a different set where I had Mary in the set. So, you can mix and match. And you will see that I kept the letters in this frame. I actually kind of liked the white frame with it, but then decided against using a frame there, just added the letters. And you can see that I kept the frame or the negative piece so that I can line up the letters easily, which is what I'm doing here. So you might not notice that it's actually not trimmed straight on the sides, but I kind of can eyeball it, how the sentiment is going to be straight. But if you don't think you can do that, just create a piece of paper that's straight on all sides, or and then you can line it up easier. And what I do strongly suggest, and what you see me do here, I lift up the background paper after every single letter, because it did happen to me in the past that some glue oozed out, and then the outline or the negative die cut also got glued to the front. Now, what I was showing is all the letters that I die cut, all the colors, so that I can create sentiments. And now on my next card, I'm going to create a bit more colorful background. And now I will directly glue down the first layer of this die cut onto my card base instead of layering it up, because I want to first do the inlay on this one. Normally I do onlay, what I call onlay. I keep the white pieces in the first layer, and then I will create a lot like that in these videos, so you will know what I mean. But here I could not do that because it's kind of random, like it's not straight on the sides, so I could not add double-sided glue to the back of this, and also because there are pieces where there should not be anything to give you that knitted pullover type pattern. So you will see that there are some small shapes that should not be filled. So this is why I'm inlaying here. And I decided to use a different color for most of the rows, except for the top and the bottom. You can see that the small tiny pieces I filled with the same color as the next row would be. I mean, you can do it however you like, but I thought I would not die cut a color just for, that small row. And for this, you don't have to, if you only want to make one card, obviously you don't have to die cut the panel from all these colors, just 1 or 2 rows from each color, and then you have enough of these shapes. They are the same, so you don't have to be mindful of where you die cut. Only the top and the bottom has those extra little shapes that you will have to die cut, but everything else is the same. And it really doesn't take that long either. And then of course I'm always wondering what I should do with this, if I should create some kind of, or add some flowers or something. If I did that, it would be white flowers for sure. But in this case, I'm just going to add the small sentiment strip to it, because I want to, if I already worked on this background, I want it to be the focus. And now I'm also trying to create some texture. So I die cut some more of these shapes or these panels, and then I'm layering them up on top of the card front. If there's anything I hate in card making, it's adding liquid glue to these skinny kind of die cuts. It's not just that it's messy, but also the glue that I'm using, it's so fast drying that by the time I get to the end, half of it is already dry. So maybe you want to use different glue for that. I don't know. But these always scare me, these kind of, but I just cannot help myself. I need to layer them up. I love, love, love that texture. So I just get over it, I think it was already 6 months ago that I created my last card, so I think I can do this. Now I'm using the Merry Little Christmas sentiment as it is on the die, and you can see that I actually have an A2 panel here from which I die cut the letters, and now I just place it on top of my card base, and I can easily then glue down the letters how I wanted. And as you saw, that my card base is now green, dark green, so I'm adding letters that are lighter in color and kind of pop off that background. So what I did with the letters here, I added to the color cardstock, I added either 2 or 3 layers of white. That's the maximum I normally go with. And then they will be nice and textured and dimensional. And for the heavyweight white cardstock, I'm using the Nina. So I wanted to say Solar Whites, but I could be. Is it? Now I cannot even check it because I don't have the packaging. Anyway, this bright white heavyweight cardstock, I think it's 110-pound cardstock. Now I have also created a German version of this sentiment, or sort of version. And I have an argyle background, A2 size cover plate as well, and this card that I didn't show you how I created because it's exactly the same as the green one was, I use those products for. And I will use the argyle cover plate, and it's actually a 2-layered one, in the next video, so you can see what it looks like. I hope I could give you some ideas. I love these girls. I love creating with them. It really reminds me of my childhood when, we created these fashion, I don't know, like dolls with from paper, and just dress them up. Yeah, so some simple, just cards with some text on them. There are different styles here that you can go with. I hope there's something for everyone in this set. So here you will have some close-up pictures, and if there's anything left that you didn't understand in the video, just please drop me a message. I'm always happy to explain. Thank you very much for watching, and check out all the other videos on the channel today. Thanks again. Bye bye.